Hello, everybody, and welcome to Come As You Are, our bi weekly show where we just kind of sit here and bullshit for a little while. As always, I am your illustrious, beautiful host, James, and to my left, yes, left, is the ever gorgeous, wonderfully eloquent, and extremely humble Mac. Big Mac.
Oh man, you got a mouth like a $2 whore.
You're fucking dumb.
Uh,
Ah, shit.
that's a reference. Bonus points if you get what movie it's from.
So, as the people who watch this probably already know, this is our podcast, or not. I guess we could make it a podcast if we really wanted to. I mean, I don't know. Is this a streamcast? Is that what
I
you call?
mean, yeah.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. This is our show where we just kind of talk about state of the channel, state of us. We just kind of bullshit for a little bit, joke around, just have a little bit of fun, because we need that in today's world because this world kind of sucks right now.
I saw a Far Side comic. I don't know if it's a new one or just an old one that somebody adapted, but it said if 2020 was an ice cream truck, and on the side of it it said liver and onions.
No shit.
Yeah.
God, that's ugh. But yeah, so there is a mess of things that we have found interesting this last week. One of the things that we were talking about a little bit earlier today was Xbox finally did their whatever the fuck
Their
it's called.
Xbox Showcase.
Yeah,
the
that's
Microsoft Showcase, whatever you want to call it. And led with fucking Halo Infinite. Oh my god, if that does not tell you how bad things are going to be from this point out when we're talking about Microsoft. There you go. They led with Halo Infinite, and it looks bad.
Okay, so I have read some of the devs' responses to that, and their excuse, which it's an excuse, is it's an alpha. It's in beta. It's not gonna be completely polished quite yet.
And you know what? I get that, and that's perfectly fine. Everything needs fine tuning, and it's not going to be crisp 100% the whole time. But if you're trying to sell me on it, I don't want to look at a game in 2020 that looks worse than Halo 3 did in 2007 when it released. And I thought Halo 3 was the shit until I beat it.
Yeah.
And going back, that game, the graphics did not age very well. I'm really looking forward to the hopefully they do well, I don't know what they call it, the remake or where they gave the graphical update and everything to like the original Combat Evolved and then Halo 2.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do something like that to Halo 3 and punch up the graphics and all that. But whew, man, that was hard to look at.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely something.
And other things that bothered me too was so the brute chieftain or leader, the bad guy at the end that actually spoke, was speaking to the audience or to Master Chief, to John, he mentioned Atriox, which Atriox is, if I remember right, he's the main villain in Halo Wars 2. And I never played Halo Wars 2. I loved Halo Wars. I just never picked up Halo Wars 2. And that's great and all, and awesome that they're acknowledging that exists and everything like that. But so what are we doing with the whole Cortana thing? Like, at last I remember, Cortana was enforcing an Imperial peace at the barrel of a gun. Her and all the other AIs that joined her. So how is all of this happening?
Uh,
How are the whatever they're called, this particular group of Covenant, how are they in control of an almost completed Halo ring?
well, didn't it show like it broken?
Yeah, like it showed it broken, but I don't know if that was because it was in construction and not finished, or if it was damaged. I
Mm.
I don't remember. But uh, all of that aside, it's like, are they ditching all of what happened with Halo 5? Which, I mean, if we do that, I'm fine because I hated that game.
That was the one with Locke, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I disliked Halo 2 because they made me play as the Arbiter for half the game. I
Mhm.
actually liked Locke. Locke was a good character. I watched him in the Halo Nightfall series that they had, the live action series, and it was good. Like, he's an awesome character. And then, of course, they had the return of Buck, you know, from Halo ODST. Now he's a Spartan, apparently. Um, but
Wait, aren't Spartans like grown, like from
no,
children?
no, they're Spartan 2s are kidnapped children.
Yeah.
Spartan 1s were soldiers that the
Oh.
experiments failed on. That's why everybody thinks the reason why Sergeant Johnson survived through all 3 Halos was because he was a member of the original Orion program.
Oh, okay, okay. That's what
And
I was about to
then,
say. So I thought the
yeah,
Spartans were like you said, kidnapped children.
yeah, and then Dr. Halsey came in and they kidnapped a whole bunch of kids across all of human space, put them through the Spartan program, and I think only like less than half survived everything, and then the ones that did survive but weren't functional, basically, like had different problems. Like a lot of them were had like severe cerebral palsy, stuff like that.
Hmm.
They were still put to use in like naval intelligence and things like that.
Okay.
And then, of course, John and the others became full-fledged Spartans. And then the Spartan 3s were actually war orphans that were given a little bit of training, a little bit of enhancement, and essentially slapped in a suit of armor and said, "Go get them."
Jesus. All right.
The Spartans you play in Halo Reach are all Spartan 3s, except for George. George is a Spartan 2. That's why he's so much larger
Hmm.
than all the others.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Locke and all the others are Spartan 3s, and they're a new breed of Spartan 3s.
Okay.
Like Locke is a veteran from the Human Covenant War, and like so is Buck. I mean, Buck was an ODST. But so I would have loved to have played a Halo game with just him. If it was just him as the main character, fine, great, whatever. But they build it as this. Well, who are you gonna choose? Are you gonna choose
Oh,
Master
yeah.
Chief or Locke?
Yeah.
Who's the great betrayal? Like, what are you gonna do? And like that was so cool, and I was ready for it. And then you play as a Master Chief for like 3 missions, and Locke the rest of the time. And that big decision that they told you to make is resolved in the 3rd mission. Like Locke and it's so fucking anime, it's not even funny. Like, Locke and Chief exchange a couple of blows, and then suddenly are like, "Nah, let's become best friends." Yes, let's be.
I mean, it's weird.
I don't know if you ever played 5.
I did not because I kind of gave up on Halo and Halo 4.
Okay, honestly, 4. I was done with Halo after 3, and I would have been fine with the Master Chief story ending there.
Yeah.
4, I was like, I don't know, but I liked it. I liked how it finally wrapped up, like Cortana's ending there, with her going rampant and then finally dying, and all of that. I like that, but I did not like 5 at all. But back on topic, yeah, Halo Infinite looked like shit. And if you're going to bring something like that to the floor to try to impress me, I don't want
Polish
alpha.
it.
I don't want beta. You know what? I would have been perfectly fine if all they had showed me was another pre-generated trailer. You know, another pre-rendered trailer.
Yeah, like a screen.
Instead of game. Yes. Like what they showed at the beginning of that gameplay. It was a pre-rendered trailer that then led into gameplay. And
see, and I never watched it. Like, I saw screenshots of it, but I never actually watched it.
Yeah.
And it just, looking at the screenshots, I mean, it's like what you said. I mean, the graphical intensity of it was roughly about the equivalent of like Halo 3.
Yeah.
Hell, there were some parts that looked like Halo 2.
Halo 2 prior to the
remaster
new release of the game. Yeah, the remaster.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great, and it's not a good look because, you know, me being the Microsoft Xbox fanboy that I am, I haven't been impressed with them here lately. They haven't been putting out shit that I've been interested in, and as much as I hate to say it, I might be. I may be considering getting a PlayStation because they've got a whole lot of really cool fucking games.
Yeah. Well, and you know, that's not to say that some of the games that Xbox showed off didn't look good or that I'm not excited for. The new Fable.
Oh, Fable looked great, didn't it?
I'm really excited for that. And of course, again, the only game that got any gameplay footage was Halo Infinite. All of the rest were pre-rendered trailers. And most of them weren't even that long.
Yeah, which, I mean, really, are we surprised? The only fucking flagship product that Halo has anymore is just Halo.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to fucking recapture that old glory of it, which I don't know, man. Like, it works for Nintendo somehow that they can continue to utilize the exact same 7 characters across. Let's see, when did the original Nintendo? When was the original Mario Brothers?
87, I think.
There you go. So 87 to
I think it was the year I was born, maybe before.
Yeah, so we're at almost
over 30 years
yeah.
of Mario and Bowser and all that.
Yeah, and then you've got The Legend of Zelda, which has been out for roughly that same equivalent amount of time. I mean, literally, Nintendo has just completely reused the exact same fucking characters for decades, and they've somehow managed to continue to make money off of it.
Have they told the same story with The Legend of Zelda? How many times have they done that with the same fucking princess, the same hero, the same villain, maybe, you know, adding a couple different villains here and there. Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, I think, had a different villain and all that. But how many times are they just going to tell the exact same story with the same characters and continue to be successful with it?
Yeah.
But Microsoft, after 3 Halo games, is exhausted with it. Not that they themselves are exhausted with it, but the story feels exhausted.
Yeah, well, and a lot of it to me, I think, comes from the fact of that they started telling a very interesting, intricate story, and you had, you know, you had this year 1 main protagonist. You had John 117, Master Chief,
yeah.
And like, you know, he was this.
And the reason he never took his helmet off is because that was supposed to be the vessel that the player inhabited. You were the Spartan. You were the Master Chief.
Yeah. And there was this, you know, they had the entire, like, there were certain members of the crew that you remembered. I mean, Johnson, god damn it, I love Johnson so much.
Oh my god, he's so great.
Still to this day, in my opinion, one of the best fucking NPCs that has ever existed. And you know, you had some of these other characters whose names I can't remember, so obviously they were super memorable. But like the pilot of the
Foehammer,
yeah, and then also you had
Captain Keys.
Captain Keys. That's it. That's the one I was thinking
Yep.
of.
Captain Keys is a badass.
Mhm.
If you read any of the Halo novels, I don't know if you did.
I think,
Captain Keys is a badass.
yeah, I think I did way back when.
He was actually the officer that went with Dr. Halsey when they went to scout John.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And that after that was the reason why he asked to leave Naval Intelligence.
okay.
I gotta step away 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. But you know, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and like talk to myself, but I guess I could theoretically. Actually, now that I think about it, I will also be right back. So I'm gonna change to that. And we are back. So, so what I was saying is, I think that a lot of it, has to do with they were sitting there trying to tell a continuing story over time. Because whenever you look at like the Legend of Zelda series, whenever you look at Mario, whenever you look at, I mean, hell, even Star Fox, you've got the same protagonist going after, or yeah, the same protagonist going after the same antagonist, trying to save the same person every single time. It's a retelling of the same story, and that's what people have come to expect.
Well, and also too, I think part of that has to do with the way that canon is viewed in the West as opposed to the East.
Yeah.
Like in one of the biggest arguments that I hear, being like a fan of Mobile Suit Gundam and stuff like that, is, well, where does this Gundam fall in the series? Like, well, where is 08th MS Team part of the main story? Does Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt take place? Like, is it canon with the original Mobile Suit Gundam storyline? And the simple answer is yeah and no. It's whatever it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yes, according to the original Gundam storyline, Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt is far technologically far more advanced, yet they take place at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those, just accept that this happens at the same time, but it's different because it's two different stories.
Yeah.
So the canon, it's not like how we make all these, we see all these arguments of, oh, well, Rey just learning to wield a lightsaber is not canon. She hasn't gone through any training, blah, 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 blah. It's like, who fucking cares? It's a new story, dude. Just roll with it. Like,
Well,
just accept.
yeah, and I think that also is similarly because in the West, we are obsessed with everything has to follow certain beats. Everything has to
Continuity.
That's it, continuity. That's the word I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
We're obsessed with continuity.
Yeah, whereas in the East, it just seems like these are stories. And that's what they are, is they are just stories. And that's one of the biggest, I think that's one of our biggest downfalls whenever it comes to like Halo, is we've got all this continuity that everybody's trying to keep straight, so therefore it limits the ability of the storyteller. You know, if I wanted to tell like this super fucking cool story of John 117, Master Chief, fucking shit up on a fucking Covenant planet because for some reason now we're invading a Covenant planet, I can't do that because, well, where does this fit in canon? It doesn't, man. It's just a fucking story.
It doesn't have to. It's just take it at face value as a self-contained little thing. Like, yes, are there certain things that should be observed across multiple things? Like, for instance, Gundams are highly advanced mobile suits, and a single Gundam is worth 100 Zakus.
Yeah.
You know, should that continue to be observed? Yes. But what if we go, well, we don't want it to be better than this one Zaku. This one Zaku is even better. Okay, well, why is it better? And then you can change things from there. But, like, certain things should stay the same. But as far as, like, the overall story, like, fuck it. Just do what you want. If it's fun, who cares?
Exactly. And I think that that's one of the reasons why we have... I know that it's one of the reasons why I have burnout on Halo. Because, you know, for me, Halo 1, 2, and 3 was a very good self-contained narrative. And if it ended there and then they started telling a completely different Master Chief story, sweet. I'm about it. Or if they even told a story of a different fucking Spartan, Halo Reach, then... like, do that. Yeah. You know, find a new protagonist. Or, you know, use the same protagonist in a different fucking story and fuck canon. It doesn't need to fit into a canon. It doesn't need to fit into this fucking narrative storyline that for some reason we, in the West, have this obsession with having to keep to.
Like, that's what I liked about ODST. And I know a lot of people shit on ODST, and I don't know why. I liked it because... for once, I wasn't the Master Chief. I wasn't a super soldier. I was just a badass soldier. You know, I was just the cream of the crop of the normal people.
Yeah.
You know? I was an ODST. And that's what I loved about it, is you were taking on these extraterrestrial behemoths with normal human strength and normal human timing. Like, you weren't a super soldier.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of what I liked about Halo Wars, is it told a different story. Like, it was same universe, same war, but a different group of people. You know, it was the UNSC Spirit of Fire and how they approached a Covenant shield world. And it was great. It was awesome. Or not Covenant, a Forerunner shield world.
Yeah, and it's one of those, like, you know, you could, and I mean, fucking Reach. Like, Reach had the ability to jump off and tell a whole bunch of other different stories.
Well, and you know what I liked about Reach was I loved its endings. Of course, I'm a sucker for self-sacrifice endings and stuff like that. I absolutely eat that shit up.
That's why Rogue One was so great for me.
That's why I loved Rogue One so much. You knew at the end they were all gonna die. Spoiler alert. But you knew at the end they were all gonna die. But it was how they go out like badasses was what I freaking loved about it.
Yeah, and then especially
the same thing with Reach. That last mission. Oh my God! Just knowing this is it. This is the end. Your sole mission. Take as many of these sons of bitches down with you as you can.
Yeah.
God, I loved that.
Pour one out for the boys on Reach.
Hell yes.
What's going on, Jason? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Jason.
But yeah, I mean, you know...
Oh, and what also took it further with Halo Reach was your ability to customize your character. Now you could play male or female, and you could completely customize your armor.
Every bit of armor.
God, I cannot tell you how much time I spent just grinding for credits to buy all that stuff.
Yeah. Keith says, I always felt Rogue One's ending was more like their final fuck you. A little bit.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it's like, I mean, they had so much that they could have done with Reach to expand the Halo series further. I mean, they could have come up there and they could have told the story of literally the rest of Noble Team.
Yeah.
You know, what happened to the guy that you fucking replaced? You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
who was the original 6?
I think it was 6, yeah.
Yeah,
Noble 6, that was it.
Noble 6, yeah.
Yeah, who was the original Noble 6? Was it just another nameless Noble 6, and that's why they're constantly calling you Noble 6? Is because, oh, look, there's another opportunity for a customizable character. You could have gone, I mean, and you had said, like, wasn't it Emil that you said was one of the 2s?
No, George. George was the Spartan 2.
Yeah.
And he was from Reach. That was his home world.
Okay.
So, like, they literally did not have to take him off planet or anything. They just kidnapped him from the same world.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's just it. You could have told. I mean, literally, he's the oldest of the fucking crew. You could have just told any number of his stories.
Yeah, like literally, by the time Reach takes place, I think George is in his 40s.
I mean, and that's what, at least 30 some odd years of
and that
kicking ass and taking names.
No, not 30 years. At almost 35 years.
Okay.
Because they kidnapped the children early. I may be misremembering some of the details about it, but I know they got to them early.
Yeah, but I mean, still, you could have used that.
Yeah, Noble 6 is just a call sign.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where, you know, it could have been a situation where you could have gone with another situation where you're another Noble 6. You could have gone with just, I mean, literally the rest of Noble Team's fucking story. Or you could have had a fucking game where it shows all of them as they get assembled into this fucking same kill team. Or, I don't want to say kill team, because I guess that's not right. Squad. You know, so there was 1,000 different directions that 343 could have gone with Halo. But instead, we're still sticking with John 117. Which
we can't let the old boy just retire.
Just let him die.
Rest.
Dude, let him die. Like, that's, if nothing else, because Spartans don't retire. Fine, let him die then. I mean, he's...
No, Spartans never die. Wait, am I remembering that wrong? They're just, they never die, they're just missing in action.
Yeah, no, I feel like the entirety of Noble Team would disagree with you.
Well, no, that's the propaganda.
No, I know.
That's the UNSC propaganda. Is Spartans aren't dead; they're just missing in action.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I feel like the entirety of Noble Team would disagree with you.
Oh yeah.
If they were here,
especially Kat getting ganked by a freaking jackal sniper.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Like that was like, what the fuck, bro? Like seriously?
Yeah, it was fucked. It was really fucked. But at the same time, we can laugh about it now, but it hurt at the time.
Oh, it did hurt.
That whole game hurt. It was so emotionally. Anyway, so you know, as we are big Microsoft people, we're doing the exact same thing that Microsoft did. We are in fact beating it to death. So there were other things that came out of the showcase.
Yeah, like I had said earlier, Fable looked really good.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, so one thing I was worried about is because wasn't Fable a different company than Playground Games originally?
Yeah, it was Lionhead.
Lionhead, that's
Studios.
it. So one of the big things that I was worried about whenever I heard that Fable got taken to a different studio is I was really, really, really worried that that they would come up there and not keep the way that Fable, not keep Fable the way that it is, not keep Fable the way that it was, and I was so worried about that. But watching that trailer, Dude, it is exactly the way that I remember Fable being. Like, just.
Oh yeah, just nonsense.
Oop. I don't know what the fuck I just did. Oh, there we go. But
You banhammered someone.
I did in fact banhammer somebody. I'm just trying to figure out how to get their fucking name to go away now, because it's stuck on my thing. Whatever. There. Now it's gone. But anyway. But yeah, it's like watching the fairy fly through and all that. Like, it was super cool. It was super pretty. It was so pretty. God, it was so pretty.
As soon as she got eaten by a frog, it was like, because when it showed the sword, I saw a symbol on the crossguard, and I was like, oh god, no, I know that symbol. I know it from somewhere. And then as soon as she got eaten by the frog, Fable.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And whenever she got eaten by the frog, that was my cue. Okay, all right, these guys know what Fable is.
Yeah.
They know what it's supposed to feel like. I mean, it's still to this day the only game that I have found where you have an emote that NPCs actually react to, where you can fart on someone and they will get pissed about it.
Yes.
And if you
they will become very upset.
And if you use it too much, you shit your own pants. and that's why I've always loved Fable, is because it's a stupid, fun fantasy game.
Until it gets really dark in 3.
Okay, 3 though,
3.
3 was okay, and that's at best. It was okay.
But it had John Cleese as your butler.
I know, and that was one of its only redeeming qualities.
And Bernard Hill as your bro.
Tez, you in fact did come in at the right time, because we're talking about shitting your pants in Fable. So
you're damn right, bud.
You missed a 35-minute discourse on Halo.
Yes. So you came in at the right time.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's, every fucking goddamn fucking system console release for Microsoft always has to include everybody's favorite racing game, fucking Forza.
Well, how ultra realistic can we make this stuff look now?
Dude, I'm so...
And I like how, if you notice in the bottom corner of the screen while it was playing, it said, "It made in engine." And I was like, that doesn't mean a fucking thing. That's not gameplay footage.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's...
you can fucking make a great movie in Unreal Engine, but the fucking gameplay is going to look a whole lot different.
Mm-hmm. So... But yeah, I mean, and I kind of wish...
Xbox Gran Turismo.
It is.
It is.
It is, except nowhere near as in depth. Okay, all right.
Forza is a video game for car enthusiasts who also want to play a video game.
Okay.
That's all it's for.
I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Forza is a game for car enthusiasts who want to play a video game. Gran Turismo was a game for fucking car enthusiasts who wanted to play a video game. The fact of how in-depth you could go in that goddamn fucking annoying piece of shit, frustrating goddamn game was ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. The fact of that I have somebody in my life who has all S ratings on Gran Turismo 2, and it took them 9 years to do it. That's fucking dude. Okay, Gran Turismo, I hate it fucking more than anything, but I was impressed by it because of how fucking long it stood. And how obsessed certain people in my life got with it.
Man, I'm still over here playing Cruisin' USA.
Oh, God, Cruisin' USA was so good.
I always pick the Humvee. I always shoot the little gun that does nothing.
Yeah, that does dick all.
Yeah, Burnout. Burnout was a good game.
Okay, Burnout still is a good game.
Yeah.
The only game that when you crash, it rewards you. Oh god, I still remember. Fuck, what was it? I think it was Burnout Paradise, where they have the crash mode, where you try to make as much monetary damage as possible.
Yeah.
I think my record on that game was 80 million.
Damn.
I may have cheated to get it, but still. I think like there's a cheat on there where like you can get lower gravity or some shit.
Yeah.
Because I remember that cars were literally just flying when stuff touched, whenever stuff like touched it. It was so stupid. Like it was so fucking dumb, but I loved it so much. So Jason said that he hates car games, but he loved Gran Turismo because it was a great fucking car game. And if you crank that fucking realism up to 11, which is possible, it's a bullshit car game because it's too fucking realistic.
Yeah.
And if they make another Gran Turismo, like if they could make another Gran Turismo right now, and it'd be on PlayStation because Xbox is only ever going to be Forza. But if they make another Gran Turismo with the exact same amount of customization.
God damn it! Now you got me doing it. Customization.
I was gonna say customability, but I don't think that's a word.
I don't know if that's a word.
You know what? It is now because language is made up anyway.
All words are made up.
Yeah, everything's made up. It's literally just sounds that we make that signify the thoughts that we're thinking. Mm-hmm. But if they make another Gran Turismo with all of the customability that the Gran Turismo 2 had, and all of the damn near impossible achievements, which they didn't have achievements back in PS2, did they? I don't think they did.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, and if they make it like, get all S's with every car, every course, you'll have people playing that game for 15 fucking years.
Who started the achievement thing? I don't know if it was Xbox.
It was Xbox.
With Xbox achievements?
Yeah, it was Xbox.
Or if it was Steam.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know who started it. I mean, it's not really important.
Fuck off, Tez.
A thought.
Yeah.
Customization.
Customize this, dude.
Oh, but the big thing that we need to talk about that nobody really seems to be talking about with the Xbox showcase is that all of the games that they showed off, Halo Infinite, the new Psychonauts game, the Fable game that adored or whatever, fantasy,
Avowed.
like first person, Avowed. There we go. That fantasy first person game, all that stuff will be available day and date of launch for the game through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is $15 thereabouts a month. So what you're telling me is that all I have to do is pay the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is Xbox Gold, for live and stuff like that. The as many games a month as you want to download and play, all of that stuff. You're telling me I pay $15 a month, and November, which is when a whole lot of big releases happen, if it's on Xbox, I can play it. So there's flaws here. One, I don't see how the devs are going to make any money with this. Hell, honestly, I don't see how Xbox is going to make that much money with it. Yes, they'll make a whole lot of money because people will pay the $15 a month. But I don't see how that's going to equate to a $60 game. Granted, I'm not a businessman, so I don't know. But still, that doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't.
It seems incredibly pro-consumer from this company, and like, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. Like, we should be fucking happy if this is the case. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, and
Because maybe other consoles and companies will follow suit. Maybe PlayStation will upgrade their PlayStation Now to start doing that if this takes off for Xbox. Um, honestly, what it feels like to me is it's Xbox's attempt to try to get out in front of PlayStation 5 since PlayStation 4 destroyed them in the console wars.
Utterly destroyed them.
Yeah, and Xbox One just completely underperformed. Xbox, period, Microsoft, has never done well in the Asian market anyway.
Yeah.
But they did
abysmal.
Very, very, very poorly this time around. So it does sound like it's a PR stunt by Microsoft to try to get out in front of PlayStation 5.
Yeah. So, my personal take, I don't think it is going to be the way that it appears. I think it will be... I think it'll probably be, like, you can get those AAA titles, but I don't think it'll be at launch of the game.
Well, that's what they said, though.
Yeah, and
in the showcase, they said all of these games will be available day and date of launch through the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, and I feel like they're gonna walk that back. I feel like they're gonna walk it back.
They probably will, but as it stands right now, like that's their stance on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think they're gonna walk it back. I think that some of the games will be like I think that Microsoft's first party games, I think they'll be on Game Pass for sure, but I don't think that the independent companies ones will.
Yeah. Keith makes a good point. It significantly reduces the need for advertisement of new games and producing physical copies of games. Look at the stats for profit margins of physical games versus digital content.
Yeah?
Which is true. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I actually bought a physical copy of a video game.
Fallout
I think it
76.
was Halo Reach.
Mine was Fallout 76, just because I wanted that Power Armor helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think mine was Halo Reach, and I got the Legendary Special Edition for the statue.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, really, that's the only reason why I bought a physical copy of that game was just because of the extra shit that came with the physical copies.
Yeah.
I mean, and if they make those separate purchases, like, if you get, yeah, you can get this on Game Pass, or you can spend $40 to get the Super Ultimate Mega Jack Me Off Edition, and if you enter your address, we'll send you a statuette. Some bullshit like that. Only profit loss is on hardcore gamers. It'll hook a lot of peeps that don't buy often, and it will. It actually, you know what? All right, so.
Well, and okay, take our friend Sergio for example.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a very, very large income, so he doesn't buy video games very often. Like he maybe will buy one game a year.
That's a good point.
And I think actually, the last video for a while, the last video game he bought was Fallout 3. And that was back when Fallout 3's Game of the Year edition came out.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, he didn't buy video games because he just didn't have the money to. But if we take this, and all he's got to do is pay $15 a month, and then he can download all these games and play them. I mean,
all right,
he's gonna save a shitload of money.
Yeah, and you know what? Okay, so because they're going to be saving money on the advertising, because why would you need to advertise anything if it's already going to be there? I mean, maybe put like a static ad or something.
Yeah, they already plaster shit all over the dashboard anyway.
Yeah,
Is it even called the dashboard anymore? I don't know.
I still call it the dashboard.
I think it's the dashboard.
But yeah, you just put static ads or kind of those rolling ads or something like. Because I'll be honest, I watch trailers for games. I'll go into a game, I'll watch a trailer, and then I'll watch a couple of the gameplay videos to see if it's worth buying or playing, because I've got Game Pass and I've got EA Access, so I can play all these games anyway. But that reminds me, I need to fix my EA account. My EA account apparently went invalid on Sunday, and I can't play. I can't finish Mass Effect 3 without my EA account being active, and it's bullshit, and I hate it.
Well, I mean, what part did you get to on Mass Effect 3?
I'm about halfway through it. I've just cured the genophage.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I was about to say, if you're about to raid the Cerberus base, whatever, you've already beat the game.
No, I've just cured the genophage and pour one out for our boy Morden. He is the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, that's sad. And it's not. By the way, for those watching at home, if you have played Mass Effect 3, and you know which part I'm talking about, it is not any less sad the fourth time around. I still shed a couple tears.
Yeah, Jason says Epic gives away games every week. Think about that model, hooking you with content, competing against Facebook, Netflix, Steam, etc. Gotta hook your audience, gotta drop. Peace out, dudes. Oh, he's leaving. Oh, bye, Jason.
Bye, Jason. Thank you for hanging out for as long as you did. But yeah, I mean, it's not wrong. It's not a bad model.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and it's kind of like the drug dealer model. You know, first hit's always free.
Exactly. Yeah, and then I mean, and
hey kid, you like some Rocket League?
If anybody has proven anything, it's EA has proven that people will buy the fuck out of non-necessary content.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm James, and I have an Apex Legends problem.
Well, okay, speak of the devil, my friend Sergio just sent me a text message. He says, in a way, it's like GameFly. You remember GameFly?
Okay. All right. You know what?
Yeah.
And what were we saying at that point? I don't see how they're going to be making money.
Yeah,
sending a $60 game out to your house for $15 a month. No, okay. Yeah. You know what?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm not a business person. I'm not savvy in how that shit works. It seems like it's a complete loss to me, but I guess there's something to it. So maybe.
Oh, apparently GameFly is still around.
Yeah, they're still around. I don't see their commercials anymore.
I don't see how.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, I don't see how they're still around. I mean, Netflix went to an all digital model.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Redbox still exists, so I guess there's still a market for physical copies of stuff.
Yeah.
There are people without internet access, right?
Well, I mean, hell, there's still one Blockbuster left in the entire world.
In Alaska.
Yep. Because the internet speeds are so bad they can't do streaming, so Blockbuster is still open.
All right. So, yeah. All right. So maybe it's a sound business decision. Maybe it's a more sound business decision than I thought.
Yep.
I'm willing to concede that it might have been a decent idea. But one thing that I did want to talk about is a little game that I'm sure a lot of people probably don't care about, but I definitely know that we do. Warhammer 40k Darktide.
Woo! Finally! Finally, it's in 40k! First-person guardsman!
So,
for the Emperor!
Having played Vermintide, I can see why people like that game, because it is a lot of fun, which we should play it again one of these game nights. Not tomorrow. But Darktide sounds so fucking good.
Oh, it looks so cool.
Yeah, it sounds so goddamn cool. And
that dude with a fucking plasma gun. Oh, it looks so awesome.
So I've only read about it. I haven't watched any of the stuff for it. Which
it's only got the one trailer.
You know what? Now that I think about it, Well, apparently the roommate is home. So, I wonder... Let me just do this, because this is something we've done on this channel before.
Are we going to watch a trailer?
We are going to watch a trailer. And
Nice.
I'm going to try and window this correctly. Alright, we're going to put the Be Right Back screen up until I get this moved over, because the last thing I want to do is, like, out myself. Boop. Alright, move that.
Out yourself with all your anime fuck games?
Okay, first of all, no. Second of all, I don't need your judgment. There we go.
Hey, buddy. That's my desktop.
There we go. Alright, so, as it says, ESRB rating, it may not be appropriate for children.
Hey, whoa, turn your volume down a bit, bro.
Turn my volume down a bit?
Oh, no, that was me. Okay, never mind. Sorry. No, just all of a sudden you were blowing out my ears. No, it's good. I hit the thing.
Alright. Alright, so, let's take a gander at this here trailer. Of course, it's gonna be dark. Oh, it actually is Guardsmen. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it would be Space Marines.
No. What I like is how his light
My
keeps
Lord
fucking up.
Inquisitor,
Yeah.
And then he
I've
just
reached a term of
hits
crime
it,
and begun our
works.
investigations. Our recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive to determine the full extent of the unrest.
Oh, I hate
We'll know
this.
more when they make it back.
Oh.
They're actually Nurgle zombies.
If
Oh, that's
they make it
beautiful.
back.
Oh, and that's it, too.
Yeah, that's all you get.
Wow. And yeah, there's the Xbox Game Pass right there. Huh. All right.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm 100% here for that,
hell
cuz
yeah.
good God, that looks cool as shit.
Yeah, it does.
Oh man.
It looks so awesome.
Keith says, can we have a moment of silence for the Dungeon Keeper 3 that could have been? It still brings a tear to my eye that the Bullfrog got bought out and that the IP was dropped. Do you know what Dungeon Keeper is? I haven't heard of that game.
Oh, I have. I've heard of it. I've never played it.
Let's see. Dungeon...
But yeah, moment of silence.
What's it about?
Moments up.
Moments up. Oh, it's you build and manage a dungeon.
Yeah.
And you keep heroes out. That sounds cool.
Uh-huh.
God damn, it's old too. 97.
I think they had a game that was like it on Steam where it was essentially the same concept except you were a supervillain. And you were keeping
Overlord.
No, not Overlord.
Oh.
You were not a supervillain. You were like a Bond villain.
Mm.
And you were keeping super spies out of your evil lair.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. It looked cool, but being poor at the time, well, being poor now, but being broke at the time, I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, so Darktide looks cool as fuck.
It looks so fucking cool.
And I definitely will be buying it for. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Obviously, I'm still gonna be keeping my Game Pass Ultimate because I've had it for shit. I've been living in this house for 3 years, so 3 years now. Oh damn, it'll be 4 years in like a couple months. I just thought about that.
In October.
Yeah. Beginning of October, it'll be 4 years that I've lived here.
Yep.
Damn, time flies when you're, existing in the world. But yeah, so yeah, I've had it for 4 years, so I'm not gonna fucking get rid of it. So obviously I'll have it on there, but I'm still gonna have to buy it at full price because if I'm gonna stream it, I've got to buy it on my computer.
Well, I think that they were saying something about the Xbox
If
Game
you're
Pass
about
Ultimate.
if you're about to tell me it's transferable, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I think it may be. Well, kind of like in the same vein. Remember Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
So you could buy Sea of Thieves on the Xbox store, play it on your Xbox, and then also play it on your PC through the Xbox store.
Okay.
And that's what I did when we were playing it. So I think it's going to be in the similar, like, same vein.
Nice. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that was really, like, there's a couple of other things that look kind of cool. There's apparently going to optimize games for Series X. Whatever.
Okay.
Let's see. Nothing else is really kind of coming out of. Oh shit. We're getting a new Madden.
Oh. Be still, my beating heart.
Yeah. So
I bet it's going to be just like the other previous 5 Maddens.
it's part of the reason why I only buy one every 4 or 5 years.
I've stopped. Last Madden I bought was 25. And that's it. Done. Not doing it anymore.
Yeah. So.
I have a coworker of mine. He used to play Madden competitively. Like, would go to tournaments and shit. And play for money.
Really?
Yeah, the most he ever did was second place.
Nice.
When he was living in Georgia, there was some big tournament they had out there, and he took second place.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So in other kind of like cool stuff that
but real quick before we're finished with Xbox.
Yeah.
But overall, I was not impressed with the showcase. Like there were a couple of things that looked interesting. Fable, obviously. But I was not impressed. I'm not really looking forward to what the new Xbox has. This will probably be the first time I don't buy an Xbox. I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I'm not Xbox all the way. I have a PS4. It's sitting right here. It's what I play Ghost of Tsushima on. I've had this PS4, I don't know, probably since they came out, because it's an original, like the original box and everything. But I've got my Xbox One. I've got this. I've got my PC. My roommate's got his Nintendo Switch in there. So I'm not a Xbox fanboy, but even I was supremely disappointed in what I saw during that showcase.
As an Xbox fanboy, I didn't even watch it. Like, all of the news that came out of it was just kind of, meh, okay, that's cool. Like, Fable looks cool. Darktide looks cool.
It was very much an Immortan Joe mediocre.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
It was not shiny and chrome.
At all. But, to be honest, I think, and that could be a product of us just kind of getting older. Because, in general, I'm just not as excited about video games as I used to be. It takes a lot for me to get, like, super fucking stoked. Like, the last thing that I got super stoked about was EA announced that they're going to be doing remasters of Mass Effect.
Yes, I'm stoked about that.
That's going to be awesome that I can fucking... Hold on, let me make sure that I'm getting my years right.
I think the first Mass Effect came out in 2005.
Was it?
It It was either while I was in high school or
2007.
Just after I got out. There you go.
So, fuck yeah, I can play a fucking 13-year-old game. Well, actually, it'll probably be a 15-year-old game at that whenever it finally comes out. But yeah, I can play a fucking 15-year-old game with better graphics. Hell yeah, I'm about it.
All about it.
Yeah. Oh my dude, Mass Effect 3 came out in 2012.
Man.
8 years ago. And the bad part about it is those graphics aren't that bad.
They're not bad.
They hold up pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than a certain lady in her face being tired.
We don't talk about that. But yeah, like that was the last thing that I was just like, oh, fuck yeah, this is gonna be cool about whenever it comes to video games.
Yeah. You know, I was excited for Ghost of Tsushima when it was announced at E3 last year. Or maybe it wasn't announced, but they showed off some of it.
Yeah.
And like I was super stoked about it. Like, oh man, yeah, this looks really cool. But other than that, like, no. There are not really a whole lot of games that I am just shitting my pants to see.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, Street Fighter has, they got a new update. Okay, I'll download the DLC and shit when I feel like it. Oh, Dragon Ball FighterZ is, got a couple new characters. I mean, maybe if I get around to it.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still very much a gamer and I still play a whole lot of video games, I do not play games nearly as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like I remember I used to, and of course I did this when Ghost of Tsushima came out, but I used to be able to sit in one spot for 15, 16 hours and play Mass Effect. Or play some other game. And I could just do it and just marathon and do it multiple days in a row. I remember when I was working a job where I had 3 days off a week, I would get off on Friday or I would be off work on Friday. I would wake up Friday evening, like 5 or 6 in the evening, start playing a game, not stop playing that game until like 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, then take a nap, wake up in the evening again, and then repeat.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and I can still, excuse me, I can still, do that now. Like the other day, I woke up, I don't know, probably like 10 o'clock Saturday morning, and played Mass Effect until 10 o'clock that night. If not, actually, no, it was probably midnight 1. And, and I got up off the couch to let the dogs out to eat, and then, to answer the door for the food delivery person. And, other than that, I could still do it, but I just don't have games that are worth that anymore that are new.
I either don't have games that are worth that, or I don't have the time to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Especially now with Riot House and, like, some of the things we're working on for that. And Witch Dog. Witch Dog it was Defna.
Defna. Yeah, it was Defna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard his little clicky clack of his toes when he came up.
Yeah.
But
did you see his ear right there? Is that how you knew? Yeah, that's how you knew it was.
Like the top of his head right there. I was like, oh, that's Defna. I see that black fur. Yeah. But I just don't have the time to do that anymore. Like my time is just so much more precious. I get home at 6 in the evening.
Yeah.
After work. And if it's Tuesday, then okay, I've got not even really an hour, because I don't get here at straight 6. I get here at like 6:05, 6:10. So I've got 50 minutes to try and get dinner ready or order something to eat for dinner. And if I don't get it by 7 o'clock, well, looks like I'm not going to be eating until about 8:30, 9 o'clock when I finish streaming. And after I finish streaming, it's like, okay, it's 9 o'clock. I have an hour before I really need to go to bed. So shower, do all of that stuff. Maybe watch an episode of a show on Netflix or something. And then it's like, well, time to go to bed. And lay down and spend the next 2 hours staring at the ceiling because I have insomnia and I can't just go to sleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, it's go to work and repeat the process all over again. And Saturdays is my only time, and usually by then it's like, I have other stuff I want to do besides play video game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I mean, admittedly, I've got a lot more time because, you know, I work from home, and most of the stuff that I do for my job is computer work. So I mean, I can be working on other things while I'm doing it. But I mean, on that same note, you know, my biggest problem is I just don't have anything that I'm that excited about. You know, I mean, the latest game that's come out that I've actually dedicated a fair amount of time to was Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And even then, because it's so based in being multiplayer, you can only get so far as a single person. Yeah. So
it's not like Wildlands was.
Yeah, where you have three other, like if you don't have three friends that want to play, it'll give you three computer characters.
Granted, they're dumb as hell, but it's still something.
Yeah, exactly. It's still better than trying to take on a base of 50 fucking people by yourself. Mm-hmm. But, you know, so other than that, you know, I mean, there's Apex. I still play Apex regularly, or at least I would have played it this weekend if my fucking account wouldn't have gotten locked, which apparently is happening to a lot of people. So, I don't know. I feel like EA is having some fucking issues.
Maybe some kind of hack or something.
Yeah, well, the bad part is I have to call EA to fix it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and apparently their wait times are 3 hours. Minimum.
Shit, fuck that.
Yeah, but the bad part is all the games that I'm playing right now are EA games. And I can't access...
Access?
Thank you.
Can't EA access?
Yeah, I can't access them unless my EA account is working.
Yeah.
Because I tried playing Mass Effect, and it logged me in. It logged into the game, and then it said checking for downloadable content, and then it said your EA account is invalid, and then that made the game get stuck on the checking for downloadable content. And then it just rolls. It just sits there and rolls. I left it there for 45 minutes, and it never... The checking for downloadable content screen never went away.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Otherwise, I'd have probably beat Mass Effect this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I was dedicating most of Sunday to it, because I had other shit that I was doing on this Saturday. But yeah, no, I was really fucking upset about it. But yeah, like there's nothing I really get excited about enough to like play for extended periods of time now. And I don't know if that's just the quality of games has gone down, or if it's just the fact of that I'm older, so I feel like my time is more important, or if I'm just becoming one of those people that's just like, man, video games just aren't fun anymore. I'm hoping that with like the new people that I'm hanging out with who play a bunch of fighting games, that maybe they can get me into fighting games. I don't know if Tez is still in here, but you know, I know that those motherfuckers like to run sets on fucking Smash and Mortal Kombat and fucking other fighting games. His name's
Dragon Ball FighterZ.
That's
and
it.
All that.
Yeah. But yeah, so you know, maybe that'll re-spurk my interest.
No, Tez is still here.
Playing MH. What's MHW?
I don't know.
I was gonna say Metal.
My Hero Wario.
Oh my God! Could you imagine that?
Wario just pops in on the My Hero universe.
Oh my God, that would be no, dude. What if it's just My Hero Academia but with Nintendo characters? Monster Hunter
World. Okay.
Okay, but let's go back to this for just a second.
No, let's not.
Who would be All Might?
Well, Mario, obviously.
Probably.
Mario would be All Might. Luigi would probably be Deku.
Oh my God! And then Wario would be
he would be One for All.
Yeah.
Or I mean, All for One.
All for One.
He would be All for One.
And then fucking Waluigi would be the hands guy, whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, fuck yes. What is his name? I can't remember now. That douchebag. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think Luigi would be Deku.
Who would he be?
The number 2 hero.
Really?
Yeah. Because
fucking Todoroki's dad?
Yeah, Todoroki's dad. Because think about it. What is that dude obsessed with?
Beating All Might.
And being
All Might.
And being the number 1 hero. And what is Luigi but always in the fucking shadow of Mario?
Oh, he's always player 2. I'm gonna kick your ass. Fuck you, Mario.
Fuck you all, Mario.
Oh.
Oh
God,
my God.
What's his fucking name? Oh, this is bugging me now.
It's like Infernus or some shit.
No, it's not that on the nose.
Todoroki's
old man.
Todoroki's dad. Endeavor.
Enji
Todoroki, also known as the Flame Hero Endeavor. Okay. That's gonna be Luigi's Endeavor.
Yeah.
And instead of shooting fire, he throws those fire flower balls. Oh my God, this is so stupid, but I want it so bad.
This is dumb.
I want it so bad.
I wish if there is someone who's watching that does fan art, please give us a Mario All Might and a Luigi Endeavor. Please.
And in the background, you have like a giant Wario is All for One. Oh my God, that would be so fucking amazing.
Oh God, that would be.
There's a part of me that wants to go on Fiverr and just see if we can get it made anyway.
Yeah, just as like, hey, $5, make this for me.
Like, it doesn't even have to be
this
good.
Stupid art for me.
It doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be intelligible.
Yeah, it's gonna like some shit off Flash Gets.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. How the fuck did we get on that?
I don't know.
Good Lord. I want that so much, though. My Mario Academia. Okay, there was a couple things that I did want to bring up. So, apparently there's going to be a Studio Ghibli theme park in Japan.
There's not already?
Nope, they're making it, and it's gonna open in 2022. If you ever needed another reason to go to Japan, we got you.
Got it.
So the construction began early this year, and apparently shut down very quickly because they had safety protocols they needed to put in place.
Because of the Rona?
Yep. And it is on a 200-hectare plot of land.
That's big.
That is 25% larger than Walt Disney World.
Because fuck you, Walt.
No, but really though, fuck Walt Disney. The park will be divided into 5 lands, and it will recreate movie scenes and nature trails instead of rides and attractions. The 3 areas that are under construction right now are the Hill of Youth area, inspired by Whisper of the Heart and Howl's Moving Castle. the Giant Warehouse, inspired by Spirited Away, and the Dondoko Forest, which is from My Neighbor Totoro.
I'm there for the Spirited Away stuff.
They are also they're going to be building next year the Mononoke Village and Witch Valley from Princess Mononoke and Kiki's Delivery Service. The concept art of it looks pretty fucking cool. Having only seen Princess Mononoke and my friend...
Mononoke.
Mononoke.
Not Mononoke. Get your weebery right.
I'm gonna need you to take a step back and go fuck yourself. I don't know why I couldn't remember that chick's name from fucking Harry Potter.
Hermione?
That's it. I'm gonna need you to take a step back, Hermione. But I've only seen
Leviosa.
Yeah, that and I've that, and I've only seen that in my neighbor Totoro. So you know, I'm excited about it. I think it'd be kind of cool. Who knows? Maybe in 2022 the world will be good enough that maybe a Japan.
Wow. Okay.
I mixed Japanese and Japan into one word and said Japan. All right. But you know, maybe the world will be good enough that a Japan trip can be possible. Assuming we're not still blocked from going there.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That's my plan.
Yeah.
Not for the Studio Ghibli theme park, but just to say that I've been to a country other than Canada. Nothing wrong with Canada, mind you. I went to the middle part, so there wasn't a whole lot to see. I'm sure even Canadians can agree with that.
Probably. So, another thing, The Witcher Blood Origin series. Apparently, it looks like that's going to be, talking about the very first Witchers, which, I like The Witcher, but I don't know if I'm interested enough in the world to watch an origin story of it.
I am.
But I know that a lot of people are.
Yeah,
You
I
included.
am. I liked the Witcher video games, which turned me on to the books, and I love them. They're great. They're awesome.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I brought it up, because I know that people love them they Witchers.
Them day witches.
Them they Witchers. So, and then another little thing that I am 150,000,000% about. Have you watched The Old Guard yet?
No.
You should.
Yeah, I know. I keep being told that I should.
I
know I should.
It's phenomenal. I don't know what happened with Charlize Theron, that she decided that in her... Let me make sure that I'm getting her name
She's only
right.
like in her 40s.
Yeah, 44. I don't know what made her decide that in her mid-40s she's just gonna fucking become like this femme fatale action star. But I am all the fuck on board. And
she's really fucking good.
Oh, dude, she's so great. And frankly, like, I would love it if just all of a sudden, a lot of these, middle-aged women in Hollywood just decided to just become fucking action stars, and then we get this, like, Expendables version of female Expendables thing where it's just a whole bunch of just like chicks kicking ass.
Give me more Gina Torres.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's cool as fuck.
I love Zoe from Firefly.
She's great. Just so great.
So awesome.
Let's see. Was there anything else that I can think of? that I really wanted to talk about. It looks like I've gone through all the stuff that I wanted to talk about. So, what about you?
Nope, I think that's about it.
All right, cool. So, what do we have coming down the pipe?
Well, I finally got all the audio back from the various actors. So we are going to be having a special little Warhammer 40k short, little audio short for everybody. I only have the actors' lines. I don't have any of the sound design done or anything like that, so it still needs to be worked on.
Okay.
I don't have a date as to when that will be ready, but it is being worked on.
All right.
I'll know more the closer we get to being done.
Okay. So we've got that to look forward to. Have a table.
And it is just a pilot, per se.
Okay.
So like, it's not going to be like a full-fledged thing. Right now it's just a pilot, kind of a let's see if we can do it and how hard it is, and if it's feasible, maybe we can make more of it.
Yeah, and I mean also judge interest as well.
Yeah.
Looks like Keith said have a table of the male Expendables just sitting in the background, just chilling and drinking. A fight with the ladies kicks off, and they're like, "Fuck that, I'm good." Yeah, but fair though. Sylvester Stallone, you were the one who made the Expendables. Fucking get on that, bro. So we've got that coming. There's a couple of things that I'm wanting to do as far as a little bit more kind of like social justice-y stuff. I know that the last time that we did something, we had Tez, who's in the chat, come on and talk about his experiences being a black man in America currently. There are a couple more things that I'm wanting to do with that. I'm thinking maybe once or twice a month we might have one of those kind of shows. I'm still trying to figure out good topics with which to have that are important and need to be talked about, but can be talked about in a way that will be, I don't want to say sensitive, but yeah, can be talked about in a way that we're not going to have to worry about, being canceled. So we've got some of that stuff coming. And, yeah, other than that, I think that's about it, really. Let me just double check my stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, so new month coming up. I think whenever it comes to game nights, I'm probably going to be stuck on Elite Dangerous for a while, just because I'm actually enjoying it. I'm not sure, Mac, you got anything besides Ghost of Tsushima? What the fuck is with my goddamn mouth today? I can't fucking say words. Are you
Ghost of Tsushima?
Thank you. You're gonna be doing that for the next couple of weeks, or?
Yeah, I'll probably be doing that for a while longer.
Okay.
That, or I've got some friends that are playing 7 Days to Die on a private server, and I might stream some of that as well.
Nice. All right. Well, cool then. So we've got that to look forward to. Some 7 Days to Die, some fucking Elite Dangerous. Next week, we have the Nerdcast. We are thinking about... I've got...
NANI?
Every time. I've got my volume turned up too loud for that. Let's see. We were talking about on the Nerdcast about doing a little bit more representation talk. So there's a good possibility that next week on the Nerdcast we're going to be talking about representation. So be sure to tune in for that discussion. We're more than likely going to have Will back. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Let's see. Who's fucking streaming? Well, you know what? We got D-Tune. D-Tune's streaming right now. And it looks like he just started.
He just went live.
He just went live, so this is going to be perfect. All right, so yeah. We greatly appreciate everybody for hanging out. Everybody who did. Mac will be back. Get it? Because it rhymed. Mac will be back tomorrow with some Tsushima ghosting.
Either that or 7 days. Just depends on when they get on.
And then I will be back on Thursday with some dangerous eliting. And then, yeah, like I said, we'll be back next week with the Nerdcast. So, again, appreciate everybody for hanging out. Let's go ahead and fucking kick this raid off. You're loved. You're valued. And you're important. And fucking God, I hate this stupid countdown. And we are rating. See you guys. And we're out.